So this video is personal for me because Prince was one of my favorite artists growing up. Prince controlled every detail of his career, down to the smallest note, except for one. When he died, his $156 million fortune had no will, no estate plan, nothing written down at all. What happened next became one of the messiest courtroom battles in modern music history.
Prince Rogers Nelson picked up his first guitar as a kid growing up in Minneapolis, and by 19, he'd signed his first record deal with a rare guarantee that let him write, arrange, and produce his own material, retaining lucrative asset control that was almost unheard of for a teenager at a major label. By his mid-20s, he was one of the biggest acts on the planet with a huge income. Purple Rain, released in 1984, sold more than 25 million copies worldwide and won him an Academy Award for the film's score. Songs like 1999, When Doves Cry, and Kiss kept him at the center of pop culture for the next 2 decades. Prince famously fought his own record label for control of his music, at one point changing his name to an unpronounceable symbol and appearing in public with the word slave written across his cheek, just to make the point that artists, not labels, should own their work. He eventually won back the rights to his own masters, something almost no artist of his era managed to do.
Along the way, he became known as one of the most gifted musicians alive, playing nearly every instrument on his own records and producing much of his catalog himself.
For a man who fought that hard to control every note of his music and every dollar of his business, Prince never once got around to writing a will. Not one page saying who should have any of it. He built Paisley Park, his own studio and production complex outside Minneapolis, and by most estimates, recorded thousands of unreleased songs still being cataloged today. Over his career, he sold more than 100 million records, won 7 Grammys, and left behind a fortune eventually valued at over $156 million. Because Prince had no spouse and no children, Minnesota law turned to his closest living relatives. 6 half-siblings were named his legal heirs, and a bank was appointed by the court just to administer the estate while everyone sorted it out.
While the lawyers argued over the numbers, the family split into camps. 3 of the siblings sold their shares to a music company called Primary Wave, ready to be done with it. The other 3 held on, brought in their own advisors, and pushed back. It took 6 full years until the summer of 2022 for a Minnesota judge to finally approve a settlement splitting the estate evenly between Primary Wave and the siblings who'd kept their shares. Tens of millions of dollars in legal and administrative costs never made it to the family at all, and new lawsuits were launched against each other years later.
Prince's family didn't fall apart because they didn't love him or love each other. They fell apart because nobody had a clear answer.
A will or a full estate plan isn't really for you. You won't be the one entangling it. It's for the people you leave behind so they're not left guessing or worse, fighting with each other in court to find out. And it's not only about who gets what, it's about how everything you own, including your savings, is structured in the first place. One account, one asset, or one disagreement doesn't become the whole fight. A little bit of planning now can spare the people you love that exact same ordeal. I'm Amy. Please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.